I did a video not too long ago about what mesh Wi-Fi is and why you absolutely should get one. You can click the link below to check that out. But now I want to do a video answering the very next obvious question, which is, which mesh Wi-Fi system do you get? So I bought a bunch of them and I tested them out, and I think I now have a pretty good list going of the best mesh Wi-Fi systems you can buy right now and which ones are better for different scenarios. So first up, the one I want to start with is the newest one on the market in this list. This is the TPLink Deco M4 mesh Wi-Fi system. Now, full disclosure, unlike the others on this list that I had to go buy, the Deco M4 was sent to me by TP-Link for this video. The Deco M4 has one of the largest ranges on this list at 5,500 square feet, enough to cover most 3 to 5 bedroom houses easily. And thanks to its dual band AC 1200 Wi-Fi, it can hit a theoretical 1200 megabits per second, hence the name of the protocol, which is plenty more than most people would ever need. The hubs are a bit taller than you usually see for mesh systems, and the status light is on top, making it hard to tell what the network is doing from a distance, but they look slick enough. Just make sure you can put them somewhere where there's a little bit of headroom is all. Now, like most of the systems on this list, it has its own app that makes setting it up super easy. You plug it into your modem, turn it on, download the app, and the setup process walks you through everything for the first unit. Then you walk around to set up all the other ones using the app as well. The app is pretty intuitive and has some clever features like parental controls that your kid's gonna hate, but you might like. Now, we have the usual abilities to see what devices are connected, limit their usage, kick specific ones off at a touch of a button, etc. But the Deco app takes this a lot further. You can designate which devices get what types of speeds, set schedules for each device, and even see browsing history of URLs for each device and allow you to block any URLs you don't want that device to be able to access again. Again, your kids are not gonna like you for this, but whatever. Now, by far my favorite feature of the TP-Link system, the price. You can get this 3-pack to cover that 5,500 square feet for just $179.99. The lowest price on this list. Now, because of that, I think it's pretty safe to say this is probably the best mesh Wi-Fi system for the money, period. And if you want to check it out, head to the link below, and TP-Link was even kind enough to give us a coupon code for an extra 10% off. Just enter 10UNLOCK during checkout if you're interested. Next up, the mesh system I think you should get if you're really into home automation. This is the Samsung SmartThings Wi-Fi with a built-in smart home hub. And what that means is that it can use Zigbee and Z-Wave IoT standards, think of them like the Bluetooth standard but for IoT devices specifically, to control devices like door sensors, motion detectors, etc. Also, because it's a SmartThings hub, it works super well with all the SmartThings smart home products, which I've recommended before based on the sheer size of the ecosystem that Samsung has built around it, and I'm sure Samsung is hoping you'll go for it if you buy this system, obviously. Regardless of their intent, if there are any smart home tasks that you want to do, SmartThings does actually have the sensors that you'd need and a super clean app to control it all from. Setup is super easy thanks to that SmartThings app and works similarly to the Deco setup process. And once you set them up, this 3-pack could cover up to 4,500 square feet. The hubs themselves are small and sleek looking, I think, but if you need to plug in a lot of things via Ethernet, you'll need to buy a switch in addition to the system. They're not the best choice as they each only have one outbound Ethernet port per puck. Now, besides the SmartThings app, they also include an app by a third party called Plume that normally costs money per month, but you get completely free forever when you buy the SmartThings Wi-Fi. The Plume app is clever in that it uses machine learning to automatically detect what types of devices are connected to the network, monitor their usage, and then over time set them to different priorities. So the laptop you use to game on or the smart TV you're streaming on get the faster speeds when they're being used, and the IoT devices like your light bulbs that don't need speed but just need lower latency instead receive that. And all of that is done without you having to touch anything at all. The 3-pack I was testing here costs $279.99, but considering a SmartThings IoT hub alone costs about $100, and it saves you needing to buy that if you were going to get it anyway, that's not too bad. If you want to learn more about it though, of course, you can click the link below. Next up is one of the most popular mesh Wi-Fi systems out there that I'm pretty sure you've at least heard of, Google Wi-Fi. Now, in my opinion, probably the best looking of the mesh Wi-Fi systems on this list. It even has some tasteful lighting effects that I'm a sucker for and are actually useful as they are white when it's working and red when something is wrong, and you can see them from a distance. You can also turn off the lighting, say if you have one in your bedroom and don't want the night light. And the size and style of them means that you can place the pucks pretty much anywhere, even in plain sight. Google claims that, like the SmartThings Wi-Fi, it can cover up to 4,500 square feet using 3 pucks, and because it's Google, it has a slick-looking app to go with it that offers an easy way to set everything up and also allows you to control devices from it as well. There's also seamless integration with Google Assistant because, duh. It's probably one of the easiest ones to set up and maintain. And it looks great on its own in a modern apartment or house. The 3-pack I used will set you back $239.99, and you can click the link below for where I found that price. The honor of the most expensive on this list, though, goes to the Netgear Orbi Mesh Wi-Fi system. Normally $369.99, but I managed to find it here for about $300, and you can click the link below to check that out. The Orbi Mesh Wi-Fi comes with just 2 units instead of the 3 like all the rest. Despite that, Netgear claims it has the same range as Google's Wi-Fi and SmartThings Wi-Fi with 4,500 square feet. The reason though that this model, the quote ultra performance model called the RBK50, can cover that distance with 2 units instead of 3 and charge more for the system is that it uses a faster protocol for the Wi-Fi. AC 3000 instead of AC 1200 or AC 1300 of the other units on here. Now that faster protocol supports theoretical speeds of up to 3000 megabits per second compared to the 1200 or 1300 of the other units. But unless you have some crazy dedicated business internet going into your house or wherever you're using this,
your biggest bottleneck for speed is probably going to be your internet connection itself.
For example, my gigabit Fios connection is one of the fastest speeds available to residents in New York City, and since a gigabit is 1000 megabits per second to the router, that means the under 1200 over Wi-Fi is way higher than I'd ever need. With my speeds on all of these that I've tested using the Ookla speed test hovering around 300 megabits per second. The extra speed is valuable though if there are things you want to connect with within your home. For example, network attached storage, Plex servers, anyone? Or peer-to-peer systems that support those types of speed can communicate with each other through the network faster since they don't need to access the outside internet. And even though the Orbi system is much larger / uglier in my opinion than any of the other ones, it is the only one with a decent amount of Ethernet ports for plugging in said items to be able to communicate with each other over the network, which makes sense.
So if you need faster speed within your own network,
the Orbi might be worth the extra money. And you can check it out at the link below. So the price of the TP-Link and the fact that it works as well, if not slightly better than all the other ones on this list when it comes to at least internet download speeds, and the fact that it has all those crazy parental controls if you need that, and the price, obviously, it's probably the best mesh Wi-Fi system for the money. The Google Wi-Fi, on the other hand, is probably the best looking and the simplest, easiest to use, and if you need the extra speed, that Netgear Orbi will help you do that within your own network at least, and also has a bunch more Ethernet ports than any other ones on this list. And finally, the SmartThings Wi-Fi is great if you were looking to set up some IoT stuff in your house and you needed to get a hub anyway. There you go. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you guys think about these routers, about this video, etc. Always a pleasure. And if you guys like this video, please thumbs up it or share it. Also, subscribe to the channel, ding the bell next to the word subscribe so you get notified when I do new videos. And click the link below to subscribe to my weekly newsletter. It has a bunch of tips and tricks and other things that don't necessarily make it here to video, but are on my website instead. As always though, regardless, thanks for watching.